Do you know which states seceded from the Union and formed the Confederacy? A pivotal point in American history, the secession of the Southern states led to the Civil War. Secession. A term that may sound complex, but in essence, it's the act of withdrawing from an organization, union, or political entity. In the context of American history, it refers to the series of events that happened in the mid-19th century when 11 Southern states decided to withdraw from the United States and form the Confederate States of America. This was largely due to political and economic disagreements over the institution of slavery, setting the stage for the Civil War. In today's discussion, we'll journey back in time and count down from 10 to 1, the states that made the bold decision to secede from the Union. From Arkansas to the first state to secede, South Carolina. We'll delve into each state's story. Stay tuned as we unveil the top 10 states that seceded from the Union. Starting off our countdown at number 10 is Arkansas. This southern state, known for its rich cotton fields and natural beauty, played a significant role in the formation of the Confederacy. Arkansas's secession from the Union happened on May 6, 1861, but it wasn't a decision made lightly. Initially, the state rejected secession outright, reflecting the complex political climate of the time. However, with the firing on Fort Sumter and President Lincoln's call for troops, the scales tilted. Arkansas found itself caught between loyalty to the Union and solidarity with its southern neighbors. Ultimately, they chose the latter. Arkansas's secession was motivated by a mix of economic, political, and societal factors. The state's reliance on a slave-based economy tied it closely to the South. Furthermore, the state's strategic location made it a key player in the Confederate defense strategy, hosting several major battles during the Civil War. Arkansas's secession was instrumental in shaping the Confederacy. At number 9, we have North Carolina. Amidst the swirling currents of history, North Carolina seceded from the Union on May 20, 1861, making it the last state to join the Confederacy. It's interesting to note that North Carolina was initially reluctant to secede, the state's leaders having strong Unionist sentiments. However, the call to arms by President Lincoln for troops to suppress the rebellion in the South was a bitter pill to swallow. North Carolina's secession had a significant effect on the course of the Civil War. With its extensive coastline, the state became a crucial blockade-running hub, supplying the Confederacy with much-needed resources. Furthermore, North Carolina contributed more troops to the Confederate cause than any other state, earning it the nickname, the Reluctant Rebel. The state's journey during the Civil War era is a testament to the complexities of loyalties and alliances in this turbulent period. Next, we move further south. Coming in at number 8 is Tennessee. The volunteer state holds a unique place in the history of the Confederacy, being the last to secede from the Union on June 8, 1861. The decision did not come lightly. Tennessee was a deeply divided state, with Union sympathizers particularly strong in the eastern region. The reasons behind Tennessee's secession were complex. While the preservation of slavery was a significant factor, economic and political concerns also played a role. Tennessee's rich resources, particularly its iron and copper, were vital to the Confederate war effort. Tennessee's impact on the Confederacy was profound. It was the site of numerous key battles, including the Battle of Shiloh, one of the bloodiest of the Civil War. Yet despite the state's initial support for secession, Tennessee was the first state readmitted to the Union after the war, a testament to its divided loyalties. Let's continue our journey through the Confederate states. At number 7, we find Texas. The Lone Star State, as we fondly know it today, came into the Confederacy in a rather dramatic fashion. Texas seceded from the Union on February 1, 1861, becoming the 7th state to join the Confederacy. Its secession was a significant event in the timeline of the Civil War, marking a pivotal point in the South's struggle for independence. While the state's economy was not as heavily reliant on slavery as some of its southern neighbors, the institution was still deeply ingrained in its society and politics. The secession of Texas was a clear statement of its alignment with the values and principles of the Confederacy. It was a bold move, a declaration of the state's commitment to a cause that it believed in, even when that cause was steeped in controversy and conflict. Next, we head east. Virginia takes the number 6 spot in our countdown. Known as the Mother of Presidents, Virginia holds a significant place in American history, and its secession from the Union was no less impactful. The decision of Virginia to secede came after the attack on Fort Sumter in April 1861, causing a ripple effect that led to the Civil War's escalation. The state's strategic location and resources made it a key battleground, with over 2,000 military engagements taking place within its borders. Virginia's secession was also marked by internal division. The western counties, opposed to secession, broke away to form the state of West Virginia, remaining loyal to the Union. This internal split signified the deep-seated conflicts that the Civil War represented, making Virginia's secession a pivotal moment in American history. The state's secession and the subsequent Civil War shaped the nation and continue to influence our understanding of American history today. Now we're entering the top 5. Louisiana comes in at number 5. Here we find ourselves in the midst of a state rich in history and culture. Louisiana's secession from the Union was a turning point in the American Civil War. It was the 6th state to secede, doing so on January 26, 1861, and it promptly joined the Confederacy. Louisiana's significance in the Confederacy was twofold. Firstly, its largest city, New Orleans, was vital strategically due to its bustling port, giving the Confederacy access to the resources they needed. Secondly, Louisiana was a major producer of food and supplies, especially sugar and salt, crucial for the Confederate war effort. However, it's worth noting that the state was not unanimous in its decision to secede. Many parts of Louisiana, particularly in the northern and central regions, were home to Unionists who opposed secession. It's a testament to the complex and multifaceted nature of this historical period. Next, we're heading to the heart of the South. Mississippi takes the number 4 spot. Here's a state that played a pivotal role in the formation of the Confederacy. It was in January of 1861 that Mississippi, the Magnolia State, declared its secession from the Union. This decision was primarily driven by the state's economic dependence on slave labor, particularly in its vast cotton plantations. Mississippi's secession was a significant trigger in the chain of events leading to the American Civil War. It not only provided the Confederacy with valuable resources, but also a strategic location along the Mississippi River. This river, a critical transportation route for the South's agricultural goods, became a hotly contested battleground during the Civil War. Mississippi's decision to join the Confederacy was a clear demonstration of the state's commitment to the institution of slavery, a theme that was echoed in its Declaration of Secession. As we continue our countdown, we see the deep impact each state's choice had on the course of history. We're getting closer to number 1. Coming in at number 3, we have Florida. The southernmost state in the continental United States, Florida is known for its beautiful beaches, oranges, and Disney World. But during the Civil War, it was known for something far less magical. On January 10, 1861, Florida seceded from the Union, becoming the 3rd state to do so. Despite its relatively small population, Florida played a significant role in the Civil War. The state was a key supplier of goods to the Confederacy, with its long coastline making it a valuable asset for blockade running. Florida's troops also fought in many of the war's major battles, including Gettysburg, where they suffered heavy casualties. Despite the hardship and loss, Florida remained a part of the Confederacy until the end of the war. The state's history during this time is a testament to its resilience and determination, a spirit that still shines through in Florida today. Next, we're heading to the final 2. Alabama takes the number 2 spot in our countdown. Known for its rich Southern culture and history, Alabama's journey into the Confederacy was a crucial one. On the 11th of January, 1861, Alabama officially seceded from the Union, a decision that was not made lightly. The state's secession was fueled by the escalating tensions over slavery, states' rights, and economic disparities between the North and South. Alabama's secession was significant, not just because it was one of the 7 original Confederate states, but because it was home to the first Confederate capital, Montgomery. There, the Confederate States of America was formed, and the first national flag of the Confederacy was raised. Alabama's role in the Confederacy, its contribution to the war effort, and its impact on the course of American history is undeniable, making it a key player in our countdown. And finally, the state that led the secession. And the state that tops our list at number 1 is South Carolina. Now, South Carolina has the distinction of being the first state to secede from the Union, doing so in December 1860. This decision wasn't taken lightly, and it was driven by a deep-seated belief that states' rights were being trampled by the federal government. South Carolina's secession was a pivotal moment in American history, sparking a chain reaction that led to the formation of the Confederate States of America. This state's bold move made it clear that the issues at hand, especially slavery, were so divisive that they could not be resolved within the existing Union framework. The impact of South Carolina's secession on the Civil War was profound. It set the stage for the conflict, which began in earnest when Confederate forces fired on Fort Sumter, located in the harbor of South Carolina's own Charleston. And there we have it, the top 10 states that seceded from the Union to form the Confederacy. From South Carolina to Arkansas, these were the states that took a stand against the Union. We've traveled through time, spanning the American South, to recount the states that seceded to form the Confederacy, a pivotal moment in American history. Beginning with Arkansas at number 10, we moved east to North Carolina, then west to Tennessee and south to Texas. Virginia, the sixth state to secede, was followed by Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida. Alabama took the second spot, and finally South Carolina, the first state to secede, claimed our top spot. Each state had its reasons, its motivations, and its unique journey to secession. Their collective decisions led to the American Civil War, shaping not only their own futures, but the future of the entire nation. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. Until next time, keep exploring history.